Hello dear students, a very warm welcome to channel Digitonus Gateway to Digital Education. Today this video is for class 10th. In this video we will learn about heating effect of electric current. So without wasting time, let us start. So dear students, you must have seen that in your home there are a variety of appliances that runs on electricity like a bulb, a fan, a heater or even an iron. Now the same electricity which makes the bulb glow makes the fan rotate, and the same electricity also enables the heater and iron gets heated up. So how do you think electricity is able to behave in these different manners? Let us find out. See, when the electricity passes through an appliance, the appliance gets heated up. Let us take a very simple example. Let us say that you have switched on your laptop or your computer, or you have kept it switched on for a long period of time. After a while, if you touch back of your computer screen or bottom of your laptop, you will find that it has become heated up. A similar example can be taken in the case of pedestal fan. If you keep the pedestal fan rotate for a long period of time, and after a while if you touch the bulb at the back of the fan, you will find that it will also get heated up to a very good extent. So we can say that whenever electricity is passing through any appliance, the appliance gets heated up, as we have seen in case of laptop as well as in case of fan. So this effect of heating up is known as the heating effect of electric current. Here, now we have considered a very simple example to drive mathematically how we can express this heat. We have considered a very simple circuit where the cell is providing a potential of V volts. Now we have connected a simple appliance like fan. Now let me tell you that every appliance connected in a circuit has the resistance of its own. This resistance is of unfavorable because in case of fan, the job of fan is to rotate through incoming electricity. The resistance here is basically an unwanted resistance which is in the inside of the fan. Now when the electricity is passed through the circuit, the fan will rotate, and the work done which will be used to move the charge will be given by Q into the potential difference across the circuit. So as I mentioned, this R is the internal resistance of the fan. The electricity that is consumed in two parts. First, the electricity is used to rotate the fan, and another part of electricity is consumed by the resistor. So we shall find out what happens. Now we know that power is nothing but work done divided by time taken. So in this case we calculate power as QV divided by T, which is equals to the current flowing through the circuit multiplied by the potential difference developed across the circuit. Now as I told you that every appliance has a resistance, similarly the fan that we have considered in the circuit also have a resistance of its own. This resistance through which current passes, heat is dissipated. So the same current which is being converted into mechanical energy and making the fan rotate, a part of this current is being used up by the resistor and getting dissipated as heat energy. So we will find out how much energy is being dissipated as heat. So we have seen that power is nothing but energy supplied divided by time taken. We can also write this as energy supplied to the resistor in time t is equals to power multiplied by time taken. We saw that P is equals to IV and time equals to t. So we can represent energy supplied to the resistor in time t as IV multiplied by t. Thus we write IV multiply t using the relation P is equals to IV. Now we know that from Ohm's law that V is equals to IR. So if we replace the value of V in this equation, what will we get? We will get I multiplied by I multiplied by R multiplied by T, that is I square RT. Thus using the relation from Ohm's law, we get the energy supplied to the resistor in time T as I square RT. This is known as the Joule heating, that is the value of resistance of the fan is R and current passing through the fan is I, and it is being used for time T second. So consider, under the circumstances, the heat energy that will be dissipated by the fan is given by E is equals to I square RT, and this effect is known as Joule's heating. So amount of heat produced in time t, it is equals to the amount of energy supplied to the resistor in time t, and which is equals to I square RT. So, I square RT is the energy that is dissipated in the resistor, which is dissipated as heat energy. So, the amount of heat produced in time t is H is equals to I square RT, which is known as Joule's heating. Now, what do you think how the effect of Joule heating can be minimized? Let me give you a simple analogy where there is a leak in water pipe. The water that is coming to your home from the water supply will not be same as the water that you will get from tap at your home. Why? Because somewhere in between, if there is any leakage, there will be a loss of water. An amount of water will be lost that is coming from water supply to your home, and the remaining amount of water will reach your home. Similar happens in case of fan, which we have considered, or any other electrical appliance. If the resistance of that particular appliance is more, a great amount of energy is lost as heat energy. So, how do you think we can minimize the effect of Joule heating? As you can see from the expression, as either of I or R or even T is minimized, then we can decrease the value of H. If we use a low value of current, or we use a low value of resistance, or even if we use appliance for less time, a low amount of heat is generated. But the most feasible way to reduce the effect of Joule's heating is to reduce the value of resistance. So, if we use a low value of resistance, we will find that the effect of Joule's heating is greatly minimized. Now, Joule heating is an effect that does not always have disadvantages. It can be used as an advantages as well. Let us find out. Now, the picture you have seen is that of a fuse wire. Fuse wire is used for the protection of circuit. Now, let us find out how it protects the circuit. See, a fuse wire is a material which is an alloy of 50% lead and 50% tin, and the melting point of this alloy is 200 degrees Celsius. It is a device which always connects in series with the appliance in order to protect it. Now, let us see how it protects the appliance. See, the fuse wire has a very high resistance. So, let us say there has been a fault in the line and an excessive amount of current passes through because of this fault. Let us say it is a short circuit or an overloading. So, due to this excessive amount of current, if fuse wire is not used, then the excessive current will damage any appliance that is connected. But now, if we use a fuse wire, we will find that it has a high resistance also, and excessive amount of current is flowing through the fuse wire because it is connected in series with the appliance. As we can see, the melting point of fuse wire is quite low, that is 200 degrees Celsius. So, if we will use the formula I square RT, we will find that during the fault I is very high as well as R, which is very high for fuse wire. So, great amount of heat will be generated, and this leads to melting of fuse wire. So, when fuse wire melts, it breaks the electrical circuit, that is, it cut off the appliance from the connection. So, what happens? The moment the fuse wire melts, current no more flow in the circuit, and appliance is protected from damaging effect of this excessive current. Whenever there is fluctuation, short circuit or overloading of any kind, so we saw application of Joule heating in case of fuse wire. Joule heating is also used in case of bulb as well as in case of heater. In the bulb, a tungsten filament is used. See, tungsten has a very high melting point that is nearly about 3380 degrees Celsius. So, such a high melting point ensures that it does not melt when high amount of current passes through it. And tungsten also has a very high resistance. So, when even a reasonable amount of current passes through the tungsten, it gets heated up to a great extent because R is very high. So, this heat energy that is developed in tungsten is converted to the light energy, and this light is what we see when we switch on a light bulb. Like wire in case of a heater, Joule heating effect is used in order to heater work functionally. What happens is the heater consists of coil which have high resistance as well as high melting point. So, when a given amount of current is flowing through the coils of heater, the amount of heat that is generated is very high. So, this is the heat that we get from the heater and what keeps us warm during the winters. See dear students, this is all about heating effect of electric current. Hope you understand the concept, and if still you are facing any problem or if you are having any query, you can ask your questions in comment box. Thank you.